Hi, this is the intermediate workout for January 2021. Let's come to a standing position, parallel legs, and we'll just start off with a few flexion extensions with our standing cat. So soft breath in, engage your core, breath out, flex the spine, breathe in, extend the spine, breath out, flex. So you're tucking your tail between your legs as you flex the spine, sticking your bottom into the air as you extend, and flex. Extend, lovely, and flex, extend, flex, extend. Last one. Now we'll add a lateral stretch over. So we'll go flex, extend with cat, take a lateral stretch and back. Again, flex, extend. Opposite way, lateral stretch. Flex, extend, lateral stretch, flex, extend. Remember, as you're working that lateral stretch over, pelvis stays nice and still, and you're lengthening up and away from the pelvis over to the side, rather than pushing your pelvis away out to the side. We'll make these our last two, and then our last one. From that last one, we release the arms, dynamic side lunges, driving out and in, driving out and in. Landing on a bent knee. Make sure that you're preserving that arch in that standing leg as you drive it out and land on it. Last two. And we'll hold the last one here. Dynamic side stretch. We flow over towards the straight leg and back to the center. Go again, same direction. And as you're flowing over towards that straight leg, you will notice a definite increase in the stretch down the inner thigh on that straight leg. Last two repetitions. And final one. Release out of it. And we'll repeat that dynamic lunge opposite direction. So we drive it out and in. Drive it out and in. Nice strong arm line. Keeping a good position with that foot that we're landing on. Twice more. And on the last one, we'll hold it. Side lunge position. Dynamic side stretch, and this one's always towards that straight leg as we flow over and back. Try to maintain this leg in turn out, so you're turning the knee out directly over the ankle, making sure that it doesn't roll in towards that arch. The last two side stretches this way. Flowing over, bringing it back, and last one, flowing over and bringing it back, releasing as we drive it back. Now our next move, we are in a wide leg position, and we'll just roll our shoulders back to release any tension, mobilizing into the shoulder joint, the shoulder girdle. We'll work that for 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. And then we're going to squat wide, arms come up into W and back down. Now this gives us external rotation into the shoulder joint as we rotate up and down. Knees going out over those toes with that rotated position. Last 2 repetitions, and on the last one we're going to stay down in our squat. Rotations, 6 times in one direction, and 5. Pelvis and legs nice and still, maintaining the arch in the foot. 1 more in this direction, and then we reverse it opposite way, side and center. Last 2 this way, and last one. From here, extend and bend. Extend and bend. So we're wide leg squat, reaching the arms into extension. We'll be adding a rotation, so we'll extend, rotate, return and bend. Push up, extend, rotate, return and bend. Push it up, extend, rotate, return and bend again. Now if you're feeling a wee bit cold, you can get nice and vigorous with this, getting right down deep into that squat. One more in each direction. And then from this last one, when we come back to centre, I want you to squat and touch your foot. Squat and touch your foot. Squat and touch your foot. So you're changing sides each time. Nice deep squat, down at the centre. Really use those thighs to drive it up. We'll go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release it, step together. Give the shoulders a roll back and come to one end of your mat. Stand tall and then roll the spine down and stacking. Peeling through your flexed position to reach your hands onto the mat before walking forwards into your down dog stretch position. So head is pushed back between the arms, pelvis is pointing up towards the ceiling. We'll bring our right leg into and out of three-legged dog. Now I'd like you to do this 6 times with your right leg. So we'll reach it 6, bring it down, reach 5, reach 4, and 3. Last 2, and last 1. Walk the hands back towards the feet, flexing the spine as you go and getting as close as you can to the thighs, really working on compression into the hip, roll to standing. Shoulders go back and down, and then we'll unstack again, peeling forwards, flexing, rolling down, making our way to down dog, and this time it will be our left leg this time, moving dynamically in and out of three-legged dog. We'll reach left leg, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing, walking hands back towards the feet and rolling up to standing. We'll play with rhythm with our next movement, which is push up. We'll lower for 2 counts and lift for 2 counts. So standing tall, we unstack the spine as we peel it forwards. And we walk to plank position. And then if you're strong enough to stay in your plank position, for your push up, you stay here. If not, you can bring it down to your 3/4 position here. 2 counts, we bend down, down, further, up and up. 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 Down dog. Tuck it back. Press the pelvis high. Develop a little bit of flexibility into those calves as you start to soften them down towards the floor, stretching into those calves, holding, and we'll come from down dog into plank, shifting our weight forwards. Now if you do need to move your hands or your feet at this point, that is absolutely fine. And from our plank position here, we'll work on the leg pull prone. So we lift, shift, return and lower. Lift, shift. Now legs are nice and strong with leg pull prone. Make sure you don't lose any strength into the legs. Once more to each side. And final one. Wonderful. Laying down on your tummy. W position for your arms for breaststroke prep stage 1. Breathing in to engage the core, breath out, slide the shoulder blades down. Breathe in, peel the face and chest away from the mat. Exhale, release the chest and face down to the mat. Inhale, release the shoulders. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades down. Inhale, peeling the face and the chest off. Exhale, releasing chest and face down. Inhale, releasing shoulders. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades. Inhale, peel it up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, releasing shoulders. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades. Inhale, peeling up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, releasing shoulders. We've got 2 more repetitions to do. So we're strengthening the muscles that will keep our shoulder blades down our back, and also the muscles that are going to maintain our sternum lifted up. When we release from this one, we'll move to stage 2 position, bringing the arms down by our sides. Breathe in to engage the core. Exhale to squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale, float into the lower back. Exhale, release the lower back, and inhale, release the shoulder girdle. Exhale, shoulder blades. So our movements are very discreet with stage 2. We're trying to activate the muscles that lie very, very deep next to the spine. So with this spinal extension here, we're making sure that we keep the move fairly small, targeting those muscles closest to the spine so that they can become stronger. We'll make these our last 2. Squeezing shoulder blades, softly floating up, releasing down, releasing shoulders, and final one. As you release, move into stage 3 position, placing your fingers underneath your forehead. Engage the core muscles. Exhale, raise the face, the chest, the arms. Inhale, release down. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. Last 2. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. And last one. Exhale, raise. And inhale, lower. Pushing up and back to shell stretch. We're sitting towards those heels, flexing the spine, lengthening the arms forwards, stretching everything out. Breathing as we hold that shell stretch position, allowing the muscles to become accustomed to the lengthening that they are feeling as we stretch them. Last cycle of breath in and out. And then we move it, 4-point kneeling. Now we're going to be working flexion extension, but diagonally. So the arm on one side, the leg on the opposite side. And that means here's our extension as we reach the arm and the leg up, and here's our flexion as you pull your nose towards your knee. So it's extend and flex, extend and flex, extend and flex. One more, extend and flex. Let's change sides. Set it up opposite way, find your balance, and then extend, flex, extend, flex, extend, flex, extend and flex, extend and flex, extend and flex. Last 2, extend and flex. Last one, extend and flex. Release it and come up to kneeling. Spine neutral. Lean back with a hinge and bring it up. Lean it back with a hinge. Bring it up. So we're exhaling as we're taking it back, inhaling as we bring it up. Now we get a lot of static work into the thighs with this one, but again we also get static work into the abdominals, into the back muscles as we are leaning back. So you're being careful that your spine does not move. And what is common to see with this is this going on, where people start to pelvic tilt with it. Okay, so keep this nice and strong. Your movement point is from your knee joint only. We don't want to see any pelvic tilting, any folding of the hip. We'll make these the last 4. And 3. Last 2. And final 1. Release into seated. Half roll back. Legs are parallel. We flex the spine forward, scoop to the abdominals. Exhale, roll halfway. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll halfway. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, halfway back. Inhale, up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, back. It's important with this one that we maintain spine flexion so that the distance between the rib cage and the pelvis here is always shorter than it would be if we were sat up straight. Let's challenge it. Roll back and stay. Arm scissors. Reach 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Arms float, roll it up. Let's stretch it out with the saw. Take those legs wide. Arms are out. So it's a rotation with a roll down, roll up, return, rotate, roll down, roll up, return, rotate, roll down. And it's opposite hand towards the foot with the saw. So when you rotate, you're moving the arm across and you're aiming to take your little finger towards the little toe as you reach. Rotate, roll down, roll up, return, rotate, roll down, roll up, return. Last one, rotate, roll down, roll up, return. Release the arms and bring the legs together. Hip twist. We drop this one back either onto our elbows, or if you're feeling stronger, you keep it up on your hands. Now we want to have posterior pelvic tilt, so you're going to scoop into the abdominals, glue the legs together, and then we raise the legs into the air. And if you're working on your hands, it's important that you keep your elbows straight. Don't let your elbows do this. This is cheating, okay? If you're doing that, you're going to be better off down here. So we circle the legs one way, reverse them, and reverse them. Now we're keeping the legs glued together. So wherever your legs touch, maintain them touching in the same places. And that's going to depend upon the shape of your legs. We're all different. Last time. And release it, flex forwards. Full roll down, full roll up. We'll exhale on the way down. Inhale to reach the arms over, reach it to the ceiling, and exhale to roll up. Inhaling, reaching over the toes. We're going down again. Nicely controlled all the way down, all the way up. And if you keep a little bit of a bent knee, I'm conscious I've not got very much space here, then you'll find that you'll keep your pelvis in the same position on the mat. And you won't start to ascend your mat as you're rolling down and rolling up. We're aiming for 2 more repetitions. Really working hard into those abdominals. Last one. We'll finish in the seated position. And then we're going to come into our balanced position as if we were rolling like a ball. From our balanced position, I want you to touch your knees and then reach your legs and your arms into the V of the teaser. Come back to balance, touching the knees. Let's go again. Reach it and balance. Reach it. Now you are in posterior pelvic tilt when you are doing this. So your sitting bones are here, they're pointing that way. You're not sitting directly on them. You might feel there's quite a bit of stretch here in the lower back. And that's one of the reasons that intermediate Pilates is not suitable if you're managing disc issues, because it does ask your spine to undergo a lot of load. We'll make this our last 2 repetitions and then our last one. From there we hold and roll back to shoulder blades, find our balance. Roll it back, find our balance. So it's pelvic tilt here that will roll us back. And we're just putting enough pelvic tilt in to get to shoulder blades so we don't bang the back of our head down to the mat. Making these the last 2. And then on our last one, we're going to stay in our balanced position. And we'll be stretching our hamstrings. I'm just going to turn so you can see what I want you to do. So toes go down and knees go wide. We're reaching alternate legs. So you're getting a dynamic stretch into the hamstrings. One more to each side. And last one. Bring the knees together. From that flexed position, we'll roll it down to the mat. Bring pelvis and spine to neutral. Legs to tabletop and hands are floating directly above the shoulders. The aim here is to keep pelvis and spine in neutral. We're doing the ab prep from the reformer, so as we raise the head and shoulders, we extend the legs out and bring the arms down by the sides. We draw it back in. Exhale. Inhale, return. Exhale. Inhale, return. I would very much like you to notice the contact points between the back of your body and the mat. They should all stay pretty much the same, okay? So at the point that your pelvis touches the mat should stay exactly still. You're going to get a little bit of change in the point of your upper back that touches the mat because you are actually flexing your thoracic spine. So you'll find that you'll be moving down from the top of your shoulder blades towards the bottom of your shoulder blades. However, your lumbar spine should always maintain the curve and it should never be pushed down to the mat. This time we stay for 100. Breath. In 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 10, in 2, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 20, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 30, breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 40, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 50, in 2, 3, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 60, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 4, 70, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 80, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 90, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 400. Tuck in, rest down and circle the knees. Change direction with knee circles, go the opposite way. Making this the last circle, bring legs to tabletop, stretch the arms out. Knee roll. We rotate pelvis, knees and feet over to the side, back to the centre, and then over to the opposite side and back to the centre. We're working into the waist with this movement. And you will be peeling the back of your pelvis off the mat while you rotate those knees side and centre. Keeping your feet and your inner thighs glued together when you rotate. Try not to let them separate or slide off each other. If you do that, then you're not moving from your pelvis, you're actually moving from your hip joint, where your legs sit into the sockets of the hips in the pelvis, okay? So we want pelvic movement, hip joints nice and statically contracted. So it's as if you've got a tail, you're now a mer person rather than a human, and you're swishing your tail from side to side with a beautifully controlled movement. Last time to each side. And then when we come back to centre from our final one, we're going to work a little bit of hip compression with the single leg stretch. So we're bringing one knee in towards the chest, extending the opposite leg away. We have the outside hand on the ankle, the inside hand on the knee. We change 1, change 2, change 3, change 4. So really try to draw this knee into you. And I'd like a posterior pelvic tilt with a flat back for this exercise. And that will result in the rectus abdominals working incredibly hard to maintain the flat back position. Notice how close you're managing to get the thigh towards the chest on each of the legs. Are they pretty similar? Do they feel completely different? Do they feel really, really similar? So what's that range of movement like? Is there a big difference from one hip to the other hip? Is there a reason for that big difference? And can you use this exercise to try to even things up a little bit more? We'll make these our last 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then bring the knees in, rest it down. Circle the legs so that they move in opposite directions to each other, and that will mobilise the hip joints. Opposite way with the circles. But they're getting a nice passive mobilisation here. I'm going to follow this with an active mobilisation with one leg circle. So one leg goes to the mat, one toe goes to the ceiling, shoulder blades are back and the arms are pressed down. Moving from the hip joint, we circle the leg 1, 2, 3. Now you will get a dynamic hamstring stretch at the upmost point of the one leg circle. Twice more in the direction that we're going, and then we'll reverse the circle, take it back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching legs, we reverse it, circle 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come to tabletop legs. Bring the fingers to the ears. Nod the head and raise to your flexed position. Crisscross obliques. We'll reach the front of the shoulder towards the knee on the opposite side as we extend the same leg. Go 1, change 2, change 3, change 4, change 5, change 6, and 7, change 8. 4 more to go. Last one. Bring it in, rest it down. Stay with the obliques. Move to side lying. Glue the legs together, extend the arm, put your head onto it, and then place one hand onto the opposite thigh. Engage your core muscles, raise your legs, your head, your shoulders, and slide your hand down that leg. Release it down. Exhale, raise. Now this gap here is important, okay? Inhale, lower. So as you raise, make sure you're creating a gap between your armpit and the mat. I want you to feel the work here. And notice how the bottom of the rib cage moves down towards the top of the pelvis as you raise. See if you can get an inch or two further into that reach. And this time hold. Move into the top point and just press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it down. Bend the knee, stretch your thigh. Pelvic tilt as you're doing your thigh stretch. So tuck and release. Tuck and release. Developing that stretch down the front of the thigh as you tuck your tail between your legs. Tuck, release, tuck, release, tuck, release. Last time, tuck and release. Extend the leg, roll onto your tummy. Extend the arms for swimming. Let's do the prep, raising both legs, both arms, the face and the chest. So we'll take a breath in, engage. Breathe out, raise. Breathe in, lower. 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 We're going for 2 more repetitions, and on the last one I want you to hold the raise. And then with the leg on one side, the arm on the opposite side, we're going to reach them up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. For 6, change, 5, change, 4, change, 3, change, 2, change, 1, and relax everything down to the mat. Moving on to your opposite side, I'm going to spin myself around and we'll work the obliques. So we're outstretched, hand on the top leg, core muscles engaged, and we raise, lower, raise, lower. Breathing out as we pick it up, breathing in as we release it down. Remember that gap here between your armpit and the mat's important as you're lifting it up. 4 more. Hold the last one at the top. We pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing down, bend the knees and stretch the thigh. Pelvic tilt with that thigh stretch. Tuck and release. Tuck and release. Tuck and release. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we'll release it. We're moving on to our back. We'll be working through our teaser. So the legs are long and the arms are over the head. At stage 1 of tease, we're just going to work the upper body arm line and the upper body action only, leaving both legs down on the floor. So we take a breath in, we reach to the ceiling, breath out, we roll to seated, breath in, we reach to the ears, and breath out, we roll down to the mat. At level 2, you're going to raise one leg, breath in, reach to the ceiling, breath out, roll to seated, breath in, reach to the ears, and breath out, roll down to the mat. At level 3, you're going to raise both legs, do keep them glued together, breath in, reach, breath out, rolling up, breath in, reaching to the ears, and breath out, rolling down. Breathe in to reach, breathe out, roll it up. Breathe in to the ears, breathe out, rolling down. Breath in, reach, breath out, rolling up. Breath into the ears, breath out, down. 2 more if you can. Breath in, reach, breath out, rolling up. Breath in, reach, breath out, rolling down, and the last one, breath in, reach, breath out, rolling up, breath in, reach, and breath out, rolling down. Shoulder bridge, bend the knees. Okay, so we'll roll ourselves into bridge, reach the arms over our head, roll ourselves down, release the arms to the waist, roll ourselves up, straight line, knee, hip and shoulder, reach the arms over, roll ourselves down, release the arms over, rolling up, reaching arms, rolling down, releasing arms, rolling up. Now as you bridge, I would like you to think about the weight through your feet. Try to remain in your triangular balance, your 3 points of contact through the feet while you're working on your bridge. So those 3 points of contact, one of them is at the centre of your heel and the other 2 are in the ball of your foot. One is at the base of your big toe and one is at the base of your little toe. It's quite common for a lot of people to find themselves rotating out towards their little toe when they bridge, and that will have the effect of your knees separating when you come up into your bridge position. So if you do find that that happens, one technique you may want to use is just putting a cushion between your knees, and then that forces you to keep your legs in the correct position, or else you drop the cushion and it's quite obvious that your legs have separated when you drop the cushion. We'll make this our last time, rolling up, reaching the arms, rolling down, releasing the arms and coming to tabletop. From tabletop, we'll work the double leg stretch. So we place the hands to the outside of the knees, rock the head and raise off the mat. Exhale to reach the legs and the arms away. Inhale, return. Now pelvis and spine should be neutral throughout the double leg stretch, so that this exercise strengthens up your core muscles and their ability to hold your pelvis and your spine in neutral. Keep it controlled. Exhale to reach. Inhale, return. Exhale to reach. Inhale, return. Last 2. Exhale to reach. Inhale, return. Last one. Exhale to reach. Inhale, return. Transition scissors. Dynamic hamstring stretch. We send the toes to the ceiling and then we reach into the stretch. Change legs. Reach into the stretch. Reach, stretch, pelvis really still on the floor as you work through your scissor stretch. So make sure that your torso doesn't move and it is only your legs moving like blades of a scissor to bring that stretch into the hamstrings. We stretch, reach, stretch, reach, stretch, reach, stretch and reach. 4, 4, reach, 3, reach, 2, reach, last one. Now both toes reach it to the ceiling and bend the knees, release it down. Rotational stretch, one leg long, one leg in the tabletop position, arms stretched out into a T position with your palms up. Roll your bent knee over towards the opposite side of your body. Put a little bit of overpressure into that leg if you wish to, and turn your head so you are looking away from the bent knee, gazing towards that arm that's on the floor. Releasing, changing sides. And again, we'll release, we'll bring it back to centre. We're going to hook one knee towards the chest. Tip your pelvis backwards and go into posterior pelvic tilt with your lumbar spine flattened to the floor. The opposite leg is long. On the long leg, the back of the knee, you want to try to flatten that towards the floor as best as you can. You'll be feeling some compression into the hip of this leg that you're tucking in towards your chest. We're keeping the thigh close. Take the hands to the ankle and extend the leg until you feel stretch in the hamstring on that leg. Hold it there. Now when you've extended your leg, I want you to notice your head, your neck position. And if you've gone into a bit of a chin poke position like this, use your skull rock movement to correct your head position. So you've got better alignment through your neck and the rest of your spine compared to the alignment that you initially started with. Okay, let's release that leg. Do the same stretches. Start by bringing it in, knee to chest, hip compression, thigh as close as you can towards your chest, pelvis tilted back, lumbar spine flattened to the floor. And it's the back of the knee joint on the straight leg that's the important one, making sure that it's not flexed like this, but the leg is long and straight. Bring the grip to the ankle and extend the leg at the knee. Again, notice head and neck. If you've gone into chin poke, please correct it. We want to be feeling stretch somewhere around here into the back of the thigh as we hold that leg. Encourage the muscles to relax into the position. And release. Figure of 4 stretch. Opposite ankle up on the knee. Raise the leg. One hand goes through the keyhole, one hand goes round the outside. Move it into and out of, into and out of. So you're getting a bit more of a dynamic stretch here, bringing it a little bit closer than you really want to, so that you're feeling that increase in stretch into the hip. 4, it's nice and controlled, we're not bouncing. 3, 2, and 1. Release it, change legs. So rotate that leg out into figure of 4 stretch. Raise your foot off the floor. One hand goes through the keyhole, one hand goes around the side. We hold the back of the thigh. We found the stretch position and then we move the leg dynamically. Deeper, release. Deeper, release. Deeper, release. Deeper, release. So you're getting this increase in feeling of stretch into the tissues around the hip. as you're drawing the leg ever so slightly deeper. Four more on this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Glue the legs together and float the arms into the air. We're going to turn our torso one way and rotate our legs in the opposite direction, creating a feeling of rotational stretch that we may feel through the hip, through the back, or even through the shoulder. With a strong core, come back to centre, go the opposite way. One more breath, cycle in and out. And return to centre. We'll roll up, rock up, or we can use a leg as a lever and bring ourselves up to seated. Stretching the wide adductors once we're seated. Take a big gap between the feet. Nice and tall, and lean into the stretch so you can feel that running across the inside of the knees up towards the groin area. Layer in a side stretch. You're going to place one hand down, one arm up, laterally flex, and you're trying to press your elbow and your forearm to the mat on that supporting side. And you're also trying to keep this elbow that's going over long, making sure that it doesn't bend like this, but you're reaching into that stretch. Release and change sides. The opposite hand goes out, one arm goes up, and we go over laterally to the opposite side. One more cycle of breath. And release out of it, bringing the feet together. Bend one leg at the knee and bring that foot as high up as you can towards the pelvis. Cross it over. Rotate yourself towards the bent knee, lengthening the spine towards the ceiling. Feeling a deep stretch into the hip. Let's repeat that stretch on the opposite side. So heel as high as you can towards the hip, cross it over, rotate in the direction of the bent knee, lengthening the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Breathing softly into the stretch. Always using that breath out to try to encourage the muscles to relax, just blow the tension out. Last cycle of breath in and out. Releasing. Let's move into slump stretch. We'll cross the legs over. Take the hands down and flex the spine. Breathe into it. One more cycle of breath. Release out of your slump. Cross your legs the opposite way. And flex into it again. Breathing when you get there. Last cycle of breath. Releasing out of the stretch. Make your way to 4-point kneeling and extend the spine when you get there, pushing your tailbone into the ceiling, your chin into the air. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, pushing up and back,
Stretching the shoulders as we move the head between the arms into the down dog position. Walk it through the feet, alternating your calf stretches. Less time to each side. Pressing both heels down, pressing the pelvis high, releasing by walking the hands back towards your feet. Getting as close as you can towards the thighs. Ensure your core muscles are engaged and roll your spine up to standing.
Opening the chest and finishing with a breath in and an extension. Release it. Great work. So that was quite you've probably guessed it, heavy one on the abdominals. Well done for joining me for the January one, and just work through that until we do our February one. Great work.